Good morning, welcome to Patrice's Projects. Today we're planting peas, and I'm going to be doing it in the native soil over here up against the house. There used to be a hedge here. I've never had good luck in native soil, but peas don't require a good nutrient-rich soil. They just need soil loose enough that they can spread their roots. So I've tilled it down about 10 inches, maybe a little deeper in some spots, and I amended it with a couple inches of my compost mixed with steer manure. It's about a half and half ratio. Let me show you what this looks like. It's nice and rich. So hopefully that will be enough to get it started and keep it going. So So I'm going to be, I had my son till it in. I was able to loosen the soil and put the amendments on, but turning the soil over was a bit too much for me. So he just did that a little bit ago. I'm going to go ahead and get the bed prepared for planting the seeds in, smooth it out, and make, I'm probably going to put just a little bit more of my compost mixture down the center where the seeds are going to go. So let me take you along and show you how I do that. First I'm going to rake the whole area smooth, get it all even, and then I'll make a furrow down the center, put a little bit more of the compost mixture in, mix that in just a little bit, and I'm going to leave a slight depression in the middle so that the water will stay in there. I'm also going to break up any clots, but I did pretty good at loosening the soil, so. Then I use the back of the rake to smooth it out nicer. Sometimes if I have a large area to smooth, like when I'm laying down the wood chips and stuff from my walkways, I'll use a 2x4 to smooth things out. You can use whatever you have. That looks good enough to me. Maybe not, there's a dip there. Okay, that's good enough. And then I'm just going to use my scoop and make a furrow down the center. I'm going to go back and forth so that the soil piles up not just at one end, but is more evenly distributed. Peas are a vining plant, so I'm going to be putting a trellis up here, and if you followed my channel, you'll have noticed that A-frame type trellis that I used to use in my in-ground gardening. I'm going to go ahead and put that back together because I took it apart thinking I was going to use the panels in the raised beds, but I didn't. I did something, did something else instead. I almost fell down. So I'll be putting that back together, and after the peas germinate and I make sure that I have good germination all the way down, I'll go ahead and put that back up. But for today, we're just going to get them planted. I want that furrow pretty deep in order to be able to add amendment and still have a depression. Okay, that looks good. That's straight enough, huh? Okay, let's go in a little closer and I'll show you what I'm doing. The seeds I'm going to be planting are sugar snap peas from the seed guy. I received that in that big package of seeds from Sapper Gardener. I'll link his channel down below and maybe in a little card. Let's see, up there. So I am now smoothing out my furrow, and then I'm just going to pop the seeds right in. That looks good enough to me. And like I said, I'm going to leave it like that so that it holds water better. I'm going to be planting these every 6 inches, and hopefully every one of them germinates. Pea seeds are rather large, so it's easy to be able to plant just one at a time without making mistakes. And a lot of people will put 2 seeds in every hole. I'm going to go with just 1. These look like pretty good seed, and they're new, so they should germinate. If they don't, I'll pop another in that space where it was supposed to be. I'll be planting every 6 inches or so. It's not rocket science. I mean, I'm not going to be going exact. So just put a hole about 1 inch deep. These are pretty big seeds, so you don't need to go super shallow on these. Some people have problems with birds coming and getting seeds like this, pecking them out, these and beans, because they're easier to dig out. I've never had the bird issue, like I said, so I'm not going to be too concerned about that. I'm just going to go down the whole row and do that, cover them over, like that. I always leave the last seed hole there so that I know where to start the rest of them. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and water them in. According to our forecast, we're supposed to be having these overcast days for several days. That's a perfect time to be planting seeds. When I planted the radishes and lettuce and things like that, we were having a lot of sunny days, and then we jumped directly into the 90s, some upper 90s as well. And most of the seeds germinated anyway, despite the heat, except the red lettuce. So I'm going to be planting the red salad bowl lettuce again, and some of the other seeds that didn't germinate quite as well as I had hoped. So if at all possible, plant when you're going to be having some overcast days or some light rains. Heavy rains, it can wash your seeds away. So you'll end up with a garden that is interesting to explore. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and water this in. Just like, whoa. I'm going to water it pretty well. The soil is pretty dry here. It doesn't have any irrigation to it over here. I need to set that up because I do have an in-ground system that used to be cover the lawn in this area, so I've tapped into that for my garden. And I do have a hose over here still that goes underneath the walkway and waters over this side, so I'm going to bring that out to water these peas in. And that'll about do it. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and do that now, and then click the bell button for notifications of upcoming videos. I'll be putting the trellis back up here, and we'll see if the peas do well in this native soil. Like I said, I've never had good luck in native soil. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or just want to say hi, go ahead and put that in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.